I didn't kill that man, Michael.
The evidence says you did. Swear to me.
What if the only way to save your brother's life was to get yourself thrown into the same prison he's about to be executed in? That's exactly what Michael Scofield did. No weapons, no backup, no second chances. Just a plan, tattooed onto his own skin. Welcome to Unlock the Plot, where we break down every twist, every secret, and every detail you might have missed. Today, we're unlocking Prison Break, Season 1, Episode 1. Let's get into it. The episode opens in Chicago. A well-dressed man walks calmly into a bank, pulls out a gun, and robs it in broad daylight. But here's what's strange. He doesn't run, he doesn't fight, he literally waits for the police to arrive and arrest him. That man is Michael Scofield, played by Wentworth Miller, and he is no criminal. Michael is a genius structural engineer with an IQ that most of us can only dream about. So why would a man like this throw his entire life away to get arrested? Because his brother is about to die. Lincoln Burrows, played by Dominic Purcell, Michael's older brother, is sitting on death row at Fox River State Penitentiary in Illinois. Lincoln was convicted of one of the most high-profile murders in American history, the killing of Terrence Steadman, brother of the Vice President of the United States. The execution date is set, the appeals have failed, everyone has given up. Everyone except Michael, because Michael knows something the rest of the world doesn't. His brother didn't do it. The whole thing was a setup, a government conspiracy so deep it goes all the way to the vice president herself, Caroline Reynolds, played by Patricia Wettig. And with no legal options left, Michael decides to do something that nobody in history has ever done. He is going to break his brother out of a maximum security prison from the inside. Now, here's where Prison Break becomes one of the greatest TV shows ever made. Michael didn't just wake up one day and decide to rob a bank. This plan, every single detail of it, was engineered months in advance. You see, Michael had access to something almost nobody else on Earth had, the original architectural blueprints of Fox River Prison. Because Michael's company helped design the building, he knew every pipe, every tunnel, every blind spot, every weakness in the structure. And he did something absolutely insane. He tattooed the entire prison blueprint onto his own skin, his arms, his chest, his back. What looks like a massive decorative tattoo to everyone else is actually a complete step-by-step escape map hidden in plain sight on his own skin. This single detail tells you everything you need to know about Michael Scofield. This man doesn't react to problems. He engineers solutions. Michael arrives at Fox River and immediately starts studying everything. He meets Warden Henry Pope, played by Stacy Keach, a strict but fair man who runs a tight operation. Then there's Captain Brad Bellick, played by Wade Williams, a corrupt, power-hungry guard who rules the prison floor through fear and intimidation. Bellick doesn't trust Michael from day one, and that's going to be a problem. Michael's cellmate is Fernando Sucre, played by Amari Nolasco, a Puerto Rican guy who's completely in love with his girlfriend Maricruz and just wants to do his time and get out. Sucre is annoyed by Michael at first. He has no idea he's living with the man who's about to pull off the greatest prison break in history. But the two most dangerous men Michael has to deal with are Teabag and Agruzzi. Teabag Bagwell, played by Robert Knepper, is one of the most terrifying characters ever put on television, a convicted sexual predator, manipulative, unpredictable, lethal. Teabag controls a group of followers inside Fox River through pure fear. And then there's John Abruzzi, played by Peter Stormare, a Chicago mob boss who runs work detail assignments inside the prison. Michael needs Abruzzi's cooperation to make his escape plan work. Getting it without getting killed is going to be one of his first major tests. Michael deliberately hurts himself to get sent to the prison infirmary. There, he meets Dr. Sarah Tancredi, played by Sarah Collies, the prison's doctor and daughter of the Illinois governor. Now, why does Michael need access to the infirmary every day? Because the escape route runs directly through the infirmary walls. He fakes a diabetic condition so he can visit Sarah on a daily basis, giving him regular access to exactly the location he needs to start digging his way out. Sarah is smart. She senses something is off about Michael, but she can't figure out what. Not yet. Michael finally stands face to face with Lincoln inside Fox River, and Lincoln is absolutely furious. He cannot believe his little brother got himself thrown into prison on purpose. He tells Michael to forget it, that the escape is impossible, that Michael is throwing his life away for nothing. But Michael doesn't blink. He looks his brother in the eyes and says, "I've got a plan, and it's going to work." That moment, right there, that's when you realize this show is something special. Because Michael didn't wake up one day and decide to rob a bank. This plan, every single detail of it, was engineered months in advance. He walked into Fox River knowing every single move already calculated. The plan was complete before he ever put on that prison uniform. Meanwhile, on the outside, Veronica Donovan, played by Robin Tunney, Lincoln's ex-girlfriend and lawyer, is desperately trying to find any evidence that Lincoln was framed. She knows something is wrong, but she has no proof. Lincoln's son, L.J. Burrows, played by Marshall Allman, is angry and lost. His father is weeks away from execution. And in Washington, D.C., Vice President Caroline Reynolds is watching everything very closely. Her secret agent, Paul Kellerman, played by Paul Adelstein, is assigned one mission: make sure Lincoln Burrows gets executed on schedule, and make sure nobody starts asking questions. The conspiracy goes all the way to the highest levels of the United States government. And Michael Scofield, locked inside a maximum security prison, is the only person standing between his brother and death. Episode 1 of Prison Break does something most shows take an entire season to do. It sets up every piece of the board, every character, every threat, every layer of the conspiracy in just 42 minutes, and it leaves you with one question burning in your mind. Can Michael Scofield actually pull this off? That's what we're here to find out. If you want the full breakdown of every episode, every twist, every secret you missed, hit subscribe right now, because on this channel, we don't just watch the story, we unlock the plot. See you in episode 2.